Icons and gentlemen, we thank you for waiting.
The replayability of Resident Evil Village really is off the charts. Every time you finish the game, you come out the other side with a bit more coin and completion points, allowing you to purchase better weapon upgrades for your next playthrough. It also has a number of challenges that allows you to purchase weapons, enable infinite ammo cheats, or a variety of cosmetic unlocks. In short, beating Resident Evil Village for the first time isn't where the fun ends. Of course, playing through the game over and over can get a bit tedious, so here are a few handy tips to get you through any subsequent playthroughs much quicker. Please note, I am in no way saying that you should follow this guide on your first playthrough, nor did I play this way on my first playthrough. The story takes around 8 to 10 hours to complete, and you should enjoy every moment. Let's get into it. The first and most obvious is, skip every cutscene you can. Even though they're not all skippable. You'll eventually memorize which are and which aren't, but a good practice is to mash the button and look for the prompter on the bottom right to see if you can skip it. You'll slow yourself down by constantly pausing and unpausing the game to see if your current cutscene is skippable. If a cutscene is skippable but it's not letting you at the moment, our strategy is to mash the X or A button while tapping start. That way the moment the menu shows up, you'll skip it quickly. After your first playthrough, unlock Chris's Dragoon and get the infinite ammo cheat. Unlike other weapons, it doesn't require any upgrades to be able to unlock its infinite ammo cheat, and it's incredibly cheap to buy from the Duke. Having this enables you to not have to worry about ammo pickups, but it also allows you to break crates faster since you don't need to melee them. And of course, it melts enemy faces. Also, don't worry, there's no penalty for using cheats in Resident Evil Village. You'll still be able to collect all your trophies and achievements. You earn these cheats, so use them. Now the Dragoon is awesome, but the real face melter is a fully upgraded stake, but it's very expensive at 2.1 million lei. You have to buy both attachments and unlock every upgrade in the smithy to be able to purchase its infinite ammo cheat. But if you're looking to just farm the game over and over and don't feel like you need the fully upgraded stake, gather up all your money and save your file. Then spend all of your coin fully upgrading your gun and then resave on a different slot. Head into bonuses and buy the infinite ammo cheat and then reload your first save that still has all your money. You won't have the most maxed out stake, but if you at least fully upgrade its power and pair it with the infinite ammo cheat, you'll be set for future playthroughs. Sure, it's a little exploity, but hey, it gets you the cheat faster. Learn the puzzles by memory or write them down and keep it handy. Or you could just keep a tab open with our Resident Evil Village wiki, which has all the solutions in one spot. There are 2 combination locks. Memorizing the first one in Village when heading for the house with the red chimney saves you from having to look out the window. Memorizing the second one in Donna's dollhouse means you don't have to pull the ring off Mia's doll or wash it off, which saves you a ton of time. There are 2 statue puzzles in Castle Dimitrescu. The first one near Lady D's room just requires you to turn every statue once except for the horseman one. The next is in the main foyer when attempting to escape. You just need to put each of the 4 collected masks in the right slot. Memorizing where each mask goes is much faster than having to read the inscription. There are a few smaller, easy puzzles that have simple solutions. Your best bet is to just try and memorize them, since solving them is pretty simple. The Muro section has 2 easy cheats right at the first windmill. The first is the broken crank. You don't actually need to crank it to make it break, it's just an extra cutscene. Just skip it, and by the time you make it back with the working crank, the broken one will have just disappeared. Second, if you look over the edge, you'll see the area where you're about to have to run. The first part of the scaffolding that needs to be shot down usually has you going off the beaten path, but you can actually just snipe it from the windmill before the chase sequence begins. Or, after you break the second part, you can duck down and you can faintly see the first part and shoot it there. Either way you go about it, saves you a ton of time. Another skip in Donna's dollhouse is quickly getting past the big super slow baby. The first chase doesn't really have a skip. Just wait for it to come into the room where Mia's doll was and run past it. Don't circle the house and use a crawl space here. The baby will show up in the hallway and it'll block your way. The second chase, however, has a couple of quick hacks. First, don't hide in the closet in the room with the bed. Hide under the bed instead. That way you can just run past the baby once it crawls past you. Or, and this one might take a bit of practice, stand in the doorway of the kitchen and wait for the baby to lunge at you, move out of the way, and it'll cause the baby to make this weird 90-degree turn, and it'll push him back up against the wall. Once he does that, then simply run past him, as terrifying as an option that may seem. This trick takes some precise timing though, so if the baby doesn't lunge right, just revert back to hiding under the bed. It's better than getting eaten. Another general tip to keep in mind is that Resident Evil Village doesn't have fall damage, so instead of just climbing down ladders, try your best to run at them from an angle and hope that Ethan just drops down. As you might expect, falling is much faster than climbing. And finally, have flashbangs and pipe bombs at the ready when trying to move past lichen hordes or big werewolves. We're not here to fight everything, so if you could just run past an enemy, we recommend that you do so. And that's it. For more Resident Evil Village, check out one of our various mod videos or watch Ethan's hands get absolutely wrecked, because Capcom hates Ethan's hands for some reason. And of course, for everything else Resident Evil Village, keep it here on IGN.